What's going on YouTube? It's your boy camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you comment anything down in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and like the video. It was another day where we had early and main slate for greenlightdfs.com and we cashed in both. So that's a new streak started with 2 straight easy. Won the early yesterday, lost the main. So we're still, you know what I'm saying, but 2 straight going back into another streak. We were 9-1 at one point last week. And then before we took our next loss, and now we're 2 into a new streak. So I'm excited to get right into it. We have a nice juicy 14-game main slate for this Friday. So all right, so let's go ahead and break it down right away. Now, first pitcher, we have Zack Wheeler at home in New York going against Miami. Love picking on Miami, and Wheeler has been an ace so far this year. He has been pitching incredibly well. And in this matchup against Miami, I absolutely love him. I wish it was in Miami, it'd be even better. But Zack Wheeler is a very solid, safe option here against a horrible Miami offense that is full of right-handed bats. Absolutely love Zack Wheeler. Lock him in. Next up, Jake Odorizzi. I didn't want to spend up for another huge guy because there are some bats that I'm interested in, maybe to spend up for because we have a game in course with some bad pitching in there, at least on the San Diego side. Lefty for San Diego is pitching, so we know a lot of Colorado guys who are going to be on the expensive side like Arenado, Story, guys like that. They crush lefties, so you're going to want exposure to them at home in Coors. But Jake Odorizzi at 8.8 gives you kind of a nice-ish price guy under 9K that's in an amazing matchup against Detroit. He's at home. Tyson Ross is pitching for Detroit. He is probably going to get blown up by Minnesota, giving Odorizzi the win, the percentage of Odorizzi winning this game. I love his chances to get the W in this one. And Odorizzi is just a fairly consistent pitcher. If you look at his game log so far, he's just fairly consistent. He had one big blow up against Philly and then struggled against the Mets the next game. But other than that, I mean, look at his other games. 31, 22, 11, 30, 29. So really, he's only had 3 starts that were not great, but the other 4 were spectacular. So I love him in this matchup against Detroit. Another great matchup for Jake Odorizzi. Next up, we have Matt Carpenter. Okay, great matchup for Carpenter against Williams. He has a great history versus Williams throughout his career. He has gotten let me pull that up for you. I just had it up. He has a very good, if I can pull it up. It's like something like fucking 9 for 13 with 3 home runs. He's crushing Trevor Williams. All right, he has been crushing him. So I absolutely love the shot for Matt Carpenter here to have a great game in this one, and he's well priced as well. So I love the price for Matt Carpenter in this one. Definitely get you some Matt Carpenter exposure, especially with that price. Throughout his history, he has proven that he crushes Williams. Williams gives up a huge hard contact to lefties. So Williams struggles a lot versus lefties overall, not just the power. He gives up a high WOBA. Guys get on base. Lefties get on base against Williams. So I love Matt Carpenter at home. That offense is coming in with a lot of confidence. They just dropped a ton of runs last night. So I love Matt Carpenter at first base at only 3.8. Next guy that I want to talk about is in the outfield, Randal Grichuk at 3.8. He's just another guy who is always has a shot at hitting that dinger for you. And you know home runs are such a big deal for us in DFS. And this year, guys are just hitting home runs at a record-setting pace. There's tons of home runs being hit, and you really want those guys who are going to get the home runs. Grichuk has a good shot at one here at 3.8. Going against Covey, who gives up a huge hard contact to both sides of the plate. This guy was a huge trash can. He's had moments where he's been okay. But in this matchup against Grichuk at home in Toronto, I definitely think Grichuk can take advantage. Grichuk is hitting righties better than lefties. So far this year, he has a 253 ISO and a 342 WOBA versus righties. So he's crushing righties. And at only 3.8, that gives you another guy just like Matt Carpenter who has that home run potential, but at a good price that can open up some opportunities for you to be able to get an Arenado and a Story. And if you can't afford those two, you have Ian Desmond, who has absolutely been crushing the baseball. He has been absolutely crushing the baseball, all right? He is at home in Coors, going against a lefty in Lore, okay? Which is definitely the pitcher I want to pick on. I'm not really wanting to pick on too much on the other side of that, because obviously Marquez is a very solid pitcher. We all know that. It is Coors, so he could get blown up. But Marquez is solid. I'm not looking to play too many San Diego unless their prices are just ridiculous. I haven't looked too much into San Diego because I'm not very interested in them. But on the Coors side, I definitely wanted to find some Colorado bats that I can afford to get into this. And Desmond has been crushing the baseball. He's only 4.3, which is a very good price in Coors. Love him here against the lefty. He has been hitting the ball amazing. He's got a 253 ISO so far this year and a 356 WOBA versus lefties. He's hitting the ball much better this year than he did last year. Last year he had a lot of tough moments, but he's hitting the ball very, very well. He just crushed Holland last night, a lefty. Now he gets Lore, another lefty who I believe is worse than even Holland is. So I think this could be a huge game for Ian Desmond, giving us some Coors exposure on that Colorado side at a decent price. And with all of this said, we almost have 4,000 average remaining. We can find some cheap catchers, plug in those Coors guys that we want, and boom, we're off to the races for a very nice night. Go to greenlightdfs.com to join the squad, man. Let's go ahead and continue this streak. A quick 2, smashing the early and the main yesterday. Let's go ahead and keep it going. I am going to grind that shit out all day. If you need me, contact me at cam_ATL on Twitter. Join the squad. Thank you guys for watching me as always. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday and an amazing weekend. You know I don't really do videos on weekends, so I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Drop that like down below. Comment anything in the comment section, and let's keep